light without dark.
That's correct. You are watching Pandora's Box, not the Witching Hour, but tonight's show required a Witching Hour opening because we're going back to the 80s into horror movie and underground horror movies or whatever else we all pop up with here with Mr. Mikey Sutton. Let's bring him in. What's up, Mikey?
I'm going to stump at least one of you out there tonight because we're going to bring out some pretty obscure horror on Pandora's Box.
Oh boy, here we go. Obscure horror from the man himself.
And just overall underrated horror as well. We're all over the map as usual, Necron.
Yeah, I mean, there's really no
there's no format, no guideline, nothing.
We always jump in commando style. Just going whatever.
We just roll, man. No matter what.
Yeah, we just roll with the show. So what's going on? Do you want to jump into this topic? You want to talk about anything before we go into the actual gist of the show, or what's going on here, man?
I would just say that the 80s was the golden age of horror.
Oh, for sure.
Splatter films galore. The Italian zombie films. Just everything else you can imagine. It was the explosion of VHS and Betamax tapes, and it created a home for all these, independent horror films. They couldn't get in theaters, or couldn't get in that many theaters, and
you would read about them in like Fangoria, like
yeah,
too bad, they cut all this stuff from this, and you're like,
yeah,
unrated versions. So they finally started coming out on VHS.
Oh my god! And
Basket.
Yeah,
that one.
I love Basket. Yeah, Frank Henenlotter. Yeah, it's a great film.
That creepy little.
I love that stuff, and it really has to do with the death of drive-in theaters, right? Which was originally the home for a lot of these horror films.
Oh yeah, it's funny you bring that up because in the super early part of the 80s, we used to go to double features at the drive-in.
Oh hell yeah, yeah.
My brother, I had an older brother, right? So he would drive, or his friends, and we just pack them in, because Mary was just paid by the carload, whatever, how many people we can get in there, and we put people in the trunk and everything. We go see these horror movies. I was like, that's where I saw Evil Dead, Last House on the Left. All this stuff was at the drive-in. Mm-hmm.
And the cool part about drive-ins is that you and your family are watching a PG-rated film, but if you turn around and you see the other screens on there, you're gonna see stuff that's definitely not PG-rated.
Nope.
Right?
Yep. The old adult drive-in was one theater over. One lot over, I should say.
Yep, and you saw some shit, man.
You're like, whoa, and your dad be like, get the turn around, don't be looking.
Especially if you're waiting for your movie to come on, right? You're bored.
Yeah.
There's no cell phones back then. So you start looking around like, hey, what's showing over there?
What is that?
Yeah. You could be watching Herbie the Love Bug on your drive-in. Turn around and see the opening of Carrie on the other screen. You know the opening of Carrie is. You all know what the original Brian De Palma Carrie, how that opened up.
Classic,
yeah,
dude.
Classic, man.
And don't forget the X-rated movie theaters right next to you too. At the drive-in.
Oh yeah, man! I saw some.
You would see some shit as a kid. It's weird. It's just weird how things are. I mean, yes, you got the internet now, and you don't even need that. But back then, that would be like a mind blower. Like, whoa, what the hell is going on?
There's something different, Necron, about having to search for it and like earn it, right? It's like gold.
Oh yeah, I think I said this before. Like Lemmy said, the chase is better than the catch sometimes.
Exactly.
The chase, can you do this?
You've heard my story time about the random Playboy magazine, like on the ground in front of the bank. I mean, stuff like that.
Yeah.
It happened back then. I think it was done on purpose. Looking back now, somebody threw that there on purpose for somebody.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. Because I mean, teenagers back then or whatever, a dirty book was like a gold mine. You
Oh,
couldn't
yeah,
you
yeah.
just
Enter-
yeah, you just could
entertainment for
search,
days.
search it on the
Yeah.
internet and get the filthiest things in the world.
but, but I couldn't see your head. So it was like you were doing something else there, Necron.
No, I was trolling
Okay.
Flash.
Oh, yeah, so I was your arm going back and forth, like, okay, Necron. TMI, man, TMI.
We have gone off the rails already.
Right.
Not even 10 minutes.
I'll tell you what. Why don't you start me off with your pick, and we'll take turns.
Okay,
What's your first pick?
I just grabbed random things,
Yeah.
and this one I picked because it has two of my favorite 80s movies of horror. It's it has The Blob and Fright Night.
Oh, dude, Fright Night, one of the best vampire films of all
Yep.
time. Just a great film. Visually, it all has a great humor. It has a great sense of humor in there as well.
Oh yeah, dude, it's funny. His friend is hilarious in the movie.
Mm-hmm.
I forgot who played his friend, but yeah, and the vampire is cool as hell. The neighbor.
Who is the aging actor? Is it Roddy McDowell?
Roddy McDowell, the horror movie host that they
That's
go
it. It's just great performance from him. An iconic movie, really. The sequel wasn't as good.
No.
But Fright Night is just a classic, guys. If you haven't seen it, was that 85? I think, right? It's mid 80s.
I think
know
around
that.
mid 80s. Yeah, I will not be able to read it because it's so tiny.
I know that was in the Philippines too.
Oh, you got to see it over there. Did you get to see The Blob over there too?
No, I think I was over here already. That was 88, I believe, wasn't it? 88.
Yeah, I think it was a little later.
Yeah, and they had nudity in there.
Oh yeah, that Blob was just he was unrelenting. He just wanted to eat everything in his path, man.
That was It's one of the best remakes, I think.
It actually beats the original. If you ask me.
It does, yeah.
And surprisingly, it still holds up to this day. It's a still fucking cool movie with good effects in it, considering from when it's from.
And it didn't have a big budget either. It's just
No.
a small horror film, but yeah, I like The Blob a lot. Great picks, man. Again, when you were renting at Blockbuster back in the day, these were the films that were available.
Yeah, these are where your weekends or your summer days.
Yeah.
You like we talked about earlier. We had the two VHS machines ready to go to play it and record it, play it and record it. And we didn't know anything about EPSP. We just like put the most on the tape you could do, so you have like a VHS with 3 horror movies on it or whatever.
Yeah, SLP and all that stuff.
Yeah,
you're bringing back memories, dude. Because I had a twin deck cassette recorder as well.
Mm-hmm.
I would do that.
It was just wait because I was when I was looking through a lot of my stuff, I was like, you know what? I think my memory is a lot of this I have on VHS taped.
Mm-hmm.
Not actual copies, so I need to go out and actually buy some of this stuff, man, before it goes away or
yeah,
gets too expensive.
Yeah, because what's gonna happen. Like when it comes like 50 years, it's gonna be like really.
Oh God!
Really, I'm sure there's stuff already is pricey right now.
I was actually looking at some of the prices on Amazon. Like, God, they're gouging. They're already gouging on some of this stuff. But you remember that one?
Oh God, yeah, I remember that.
The Beyond, super fucking awesome Fucci stuff, man.
Oh, I love him, man. The Italian horror.
Oh yeah, there's nothing like it really. It should be. It is its own, its own genre. Italian horror is just so good.
And Italian horror played a huge part in Dreamwalker as well, especially Dario Argento.
We're gonna get to him.
A big fan of his. And that movie of his I think it was called Creepers, with Jennifer Connelly. I think it was just a really great film, and it was a big influence on Dreamwalker as well, with the whole schoolgirl.
Creepers, I vaguely remember that one.
Yeah, it's from 1985, 86, mid 80s again. They had Jennifer Connelly in there.
I'm sold already. I'm pretty sure. I remember. I think I watched that. I'm sure I did if it had
You
Jennifer
probably
Connelly.
did. It's a long
Yeah.
time ago. Baba, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Just,
Phenomena.
yeah. That's the other title of Creepers, right? It was called Phenomena as well. I
Yeah.
know. Yeah, I know it had two different names. In the Philippines, it was called Creepers. Um, really cool film.
I think
Um,
I might have that in my stack. That's
which just reminds me of
carefully.
Night of the Creeps. Remember Night of the Creeps? Um,
Yep. Yep. Yep.
had that great line in there. The good news is your dates are here. The bad news is you're dead. Just one of this was the best line.
You had Night of the Creeps, then you had Night of the Comet,
Now
which is
oh god, love that movie.
yep.
Love that movie, dude.
Here's
Um,
a cool little Maiden Flash of the Blade is in Creepers. Down,
mm.
down, 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 down. Don't get me started. Tom Atkins thrill me. All right, you want me to get to one of your picks, or you want me to keep this
Yeah,
going?
let me. I can give another pick of yours. Let me see.
Okay, I
And
mean
I'll do
this
mine.
isn't really underground, but I just thought this
Yeah,
was just
yeah.
super awesome. Hellraiser when
Oh,
that
dude,
came out,
yeah.
that was just like fucking awesome.
Man, okay, I'm a huge Clive Barker fan. I think Books of Blood are just one of the most
Oh, hmm
influential books
hmm
on me. Love the man's writing. He's kind of like Alan Moore the way he writes his horror. A little Stephen King more like Alan. He's British. It's a very British style of writing. But man, Books of Blood was sick.
it's just some of the best novels out there, dude.
The
I mean, for
Midnight Meat Train, dude. That was a sick story. Damnation Game, great novel from him. But I love it. Hellraiser. I mean, come on, Pinhead. Who could not like? Who could not like him? I mean,
and actually the sequel is to this is really good too. Uh,
yeah, yeah,
Hellraiser 2 is a freaking good worthy sequel. Now this one's
yeah.
obviously a little better, but
Mm-hmm.
it gets a little more on an epic scale, right, on Hellraiser 2 because
Yeah,
you get Leviathan in there and all that as well.
yeah. What I like about the Hellraiser films are not like your typical slasher films. These are demonic movies. You know, yeah, with real
Oh,
monsters. I mean, evil.
yeah, I
Yeah,
wouldn't call them slashers. Not even are they even really gory? They're not like
they're
super
not gory.
gory.
No, they're just really dark. Is what they got. Very
Yeah,
gothic,
yeah.
very dark. But they came out at a time where the slasher films have really we they have been oversaturated, and they came out. It was really refreshing to see Hellraiser, because we didn't see anything like the closest thing I can think of was the Freddy Krueger films, which had like a
Yeah,
real monster,
a real actual. Yeah,
supernatural.
not a guy running around with a knife just slashing people.
Yeah,
It delved into rituals and just a more dark, like you're saying, a more darker
yeah,
aura of the whole movie.
yeah. Because I know that I get a lot of comparisons to Nightmare on Elm Street with Dreamwalker, and I think it's subliminally. I think the influence is there as well. The whole dream and nightmare stuff going on.
Well, what's the thing with, of course, in the 80s, Freddy Krueger got watered down, obviously,
Yeah, yeah.
with each movie. But that first original Nightmare, that's brutal, man. That one was
Creepy
a
as
kick
hell, man. That's
Yeah,
creepy as
he's evil as hell. It was creepy
yeah.
as hell.
And
It's a damn.
Johnny Depp was in that movie, and that tongue coming out of the phone. It's one of the best sickest scenes ever. It's so gross. I loved it.
Oh, remember the beginning too with the nightmare. He's in the alley and his arms just stretch out and
Yes,
the
yes.
blades
Dude,
just grinding.
iconic scene.
Yeah,
And that is like, well, okay, that's one of the 10 best scenes ever in a horror film. Was that scene you just described there? It's dude, after
yeah,
all these years, it's still stuck in my head. Like I can still visualize it so well. Um,
yeah. That's one of the scenes too. And of course, the death of Johnny Depp.
yeah, yeah. Oh yeah.
Brutal. They're just flying around, getting shredded apart. Nice. I'm
Well,
proud of
you know what? Perfect segue, Necron. Let me to start my choices off.
you. Okay, okay.
Let's start off with Wes Craven with Deadly Friend.
Yeah, let me find your pick here. Deadly Friend. There it is.
Yeah.
Boom.
Boom. Hold on just a minute, Necron. Hold on.
Okay. So this is definitely a more obscure Wes Craven movie, everyone, Deadly Friend. And I vaguely remember this one too, so I am not. I'm gonna have to. Mikey might have me stumped on it. But while Mikey's away, there's another one. Have you watched this movie and you don't feel disgusted afterwards?
Oh
You're a
yeah,
mean
that's
bastard.
a
Animal.
sick movie.
Is this wrong?
It's just, wow, yeah,
We
that's
won't
one.
go into much detail, but if you can
Yeah,
get through
well,
Cannibal Holocaust without feeling weird about yourself.
you might as well watch that back to back with Faces of Death, which is not really a
Yeah.
horror film; it's more of a real life horror. It's
Yeah.
just, but, I guess get yourself some pizza and some beer and watch those back to back.
Just watch those back to back and just think about what the hell am I doing with my life watching this. Okay, Deadly Friend.
Okay, this movie, because it's all connected, right, Necron? So this movie has a connection to a TV show that we talked about last week, which was WizKids. This movie stars, and I can't pronounce his name, so I'm just gonna call him Matthew Laboratory. So Matthew Laboratory was in WizKids, and he starred in this film with Christy Swanson, who was the first Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Wes
That's
Craven.
right.
The Wes Craven movie is very weird. About a nerd, Matthew Laboratory, who puts a robot brain in this girl's body because she's brain dead. So,
Okay.
and you can't trust AI, dude. Even back then,
No,
you
I'm
can't
never trying
trust
to tell
AI.
you.
So he's already warned you a long time ago. So she goes on a killing spree. I haven't seen this movie like since 86, 87 when I last saw it. And I don't want to, at least I had this kind of creepy memory of it. I want to have it stay that way. I have this really vague, creepy memory of this movie. It's very unsettling. Just the whole look of the film, the whole tone of the movie.
Just has one of those vibes that just like sticks with you and it's
So,
creepy.
the ending is not happy, by the way. It's if I recall, and a very an unhappy kind of ending, kind of leaves it hanging. But Chrissy Swanson looks really creepy in this film. Go see it if you guys can find this on streaming somewhere, or I don't know, video disc, let me just do this, DVD somewhere. Definitely go watch it, especially if you like the Nightmare movies from Wes Craven, the same director.
What was this? Was this before the Nightmare movies?
This was after this was after the first one, at least. Yeah.
Okay. Wow.
What's funny is that
that's another one that's ringing a bell. I remember that title, Deadly Friend, and Wes Craven, but I cannot remember the movie itself.
Check out the trailer on YouTube. That'll help refresh memories as well. This movie, I was just reading about this film. Apparently, it was recut because this can only happen in the 80s Necron. It can never happen now. The test screenings, the audiences complained that it wasn't violent enough. Can you believe that? Can you imagine that happening
in
now?
the 80s?
Like they said, it wasn't violent enough, so they had to add more violence to the film.
Wow!
So the studio added more gore. Seriously, that would never happen. I mean, the total opposite.
I love the 80s. Yeah, people are just like, nah, man, this ain't even violent enough. Need to get some more blood and guts in it.
More blood and guts. Apparently, test audiences were disappointed. So that's Wes Craven. They expected, Fangoria level blood and guts, and didn't get it. So they made Craven come back and reshoot and make it gory as hell. And so there you go. I love the 80s, man.
Deadly Fiend. Deadly Friend, and that badass basketball.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, go see it, guys. I won't spoil anymore.
Scanners is just worth watching for the exploding heads, man.
Oh, I love Scanners, and
it's a good movie, but just those scenes.
Oh yeah.
They just don't do it like that no more.
You mentioned Scanners. Might as well mention Videodrome. From David Cronenberg, same director. Kind of a satirical, maybe. Look at how the explosion of videotape and what it can do, and
Yeah,
you know,
kind of like I guess that today's would be the internet and
the
Videodrome.
internet.
Would be the 80s with the videotapes and all that.
Well, looking back, I have to watch that film again because on how it kind of predicts the future now.
Yeah.
What we're seeing on video now, which was back then was like pretty crazy. And the whole body horror thing, if you guys like body horror, that's one of the Cronenberg's best body horror films.
Yeah. Yeah, we got to give some respect to Cronenberg for his 80s films as well, man.
Let's not forget that Blondie was naked in that movie. Deborah Harry was naked. You don't see that nowadays.
No. Well, what pop star would do that nowadays?
No.
Unless their sex video leaks or something like that. But
there you go. Yeah.
Yeah. But speaking of disturbing movies, you remember this one?
Oh hell yeah! Okay, I saw this in your thumbnail. I got some trivia. For you.
No!
80's trivia.
Oh
okay?
God, I'm gonna fail. All right.
Let's see. Necron, what song did this movie inspire?
Maniac.
Yeah.
That was just a guess.
Yeah, Maniac. Michael
Are you
Cimbella. Flashdance.
I know. I know.
Michael Cimbella was watching Maniac. Which was used in Flashdance. I think that hit #1 on Top 40 as well. So whenever you hear,
yeah, he is a maniac.
Yeah, he is a maniac. And so when you watch this film again, think of the Michael Cimbella song. You would have never ever imagined that in a million years. Wasn't this the one where he was chopping, like he created that kind of Frankenstein of their bodies and all these he was mannequins?
Yes, he was scalping the girls.
Yeah.
And putting them on the scalp heads on the mannequins. And then in the movie, basically they all attack him.
Yeah. I haven't seen this movie since 1982, I believe it was.
It's a brutal watch, and I remember the controversy. This movie was getting banned everywhere, and people were saying this is a snuff film, and this is insane.
If I recall correctly, Necron, I think this is one of the video nasties that was banned in England. I'm pretty sure it was.
You are right, because I was actually reading about that when I was looking it up. The police would come in and confiscate it from stores. And
let's not forget, this film had the ultimate femme fatale. One of the hottest Italian actresses, Caroline Munro, was in this film. If you guys haven't seen Star Crash, she was in there.
Oh wow! I haven't thought of that in a long time. Yeah.
She was also in A Spy Who Loved Me, I believe it was. She was in a Bond film. She was a Bond girl.
Well, there you go.
What else was she in? She was in a lot of. She was like the queen of horror back then. She was very popular. Just super hot. You can't find a bad picture of her. But she was in Maniac, and this film, if I recall, was directed by Tom Savini, the makeup guy, right? I think he directed this film.
Did Tom Savini direct this?
I think he did, yeah.
That explains why the scalping effects are so damn good.
I was reading this story about how he created a dismembered head of himself, right? And he put it in the kitchen of his house. And his wife saw it and started screaming like hell.
And his shit was good, realistic.
Realistic, can you imagine that? What a twisted prank.
Leanna Quigley was another good scream.
Oh yeah. She was in
Hollywood Chainsaw Hookers, right?
She's on your list, I believe, of the movies that you have coming up. I think Return of the Living Dead, right?
Yes.
Oh.
Yes, sir. She's in there. That's right, because she's one of the first ones that gets taken out and becomes a zombie.
There you go.
So we got here on the list. Do you want to do one of yours, or you?
Okay, let me do one of mine. Maniac is a great choice, though.
There we go. Kind of works with it. Pieces.
That's a sick. Have you seen Pieces?
I'm not sure if I have seen Pieces, Mikey.
Oh
You
my
might got
god!
me on this one, man.
All right, you gotta find it somewhere. This is one of the best splatter films of the '80s. It's unapologetically disgusting, filthy, politically incorrect, whatever you can say. This film has it.
It checks all the marks.
Checks all the marks, you know. Um, this movie is completely vile, and I love
Well, yes.
it.
Why else would you not watch it? You know, you want to be disgusted. That's what we used to,
Yeah.
Mikey. Weren't we all searching for just the most over the top, disgusting,
Oh god.
horrifying, just exploitive movies we could,
Of course, yeah.
without being illegal, or
Yeah.
like,
Like
oh
a,
my,
like a snuff film or
yeah, without being like going like that insane.
but I first heard about this film. My brother-in-law saw a trailer, and the trailer has something like, "Here's Jenny in the kitchen. Here's Jenny in the bathroom," and you
Oh my
see
God, that's ringing a bell, dude.
parts of her body is full of. I'm sure it's on YouTube. I gotta watch that trailer. I haven't seen it
Oh
in a
yeah,
million
now
years.
okay, yeah, I
He
gotta
goes,
watch
he
it.
goes, Mike, we gotta go see trailer. We gotta go to see Pieces. We gotta go see Pieces. Like, what is it? And he told me, like, oh my god, that sounds hysterical, right? And so when it came out, we saw Pieces, and there's hardly anybody in the theater. It was just,
That's always gonna be fun.
we just had a ball. It was just really disgusting and filthy movie. I love it.
Oh my
If you're a
God.
gore hound, you gotta see Pieces. It's not well known. That's the thing. It's kind of forgotten. Necrons.
It
So
kind of
I had
lost to the
lost the
time.
miss of time exactly. I'm sure it's on Blu-ray, whatever, whatever, or
I
maybe
would
it's on that. Do you have that horror channel? What's that horror channel called?
chiller or
Something like that. I can't remember now.
you actually you'll be surprised what you find on some of these streaming services like Tubi and all these other
Yeah,
or
yeah.
some of the ones you like. This is on there. Shit, yeah. So sometimes
Oh
what
yeah.
I'll just try to find it, streaming somewhere first before I actually have to go buy it.
Yeah.
Unless it's like a total banger, then I'm like, okay, I gotta own this.
Yeah. Shudder. That's the channel.
Yes, that's it.
I'm planning on getting Shudder. I think I want to see what's on there. I want to see all the obscure, forgotten horrors.
Does it have like a free trial or anything?
Does it?
Does anyone in the chat know that Shudder has a free trial? Because if it does, that'd be nice just to go and see what you can get.
Yeah, I wonder if the app is even available for me. I've never checked. But,
It should be.
I know they have a Creep Show.
Okay,
TV
Sock says
series. Oh, okay.
yes, it does. So, hey, guys, fuck yeah, go check it out. See what's up. Hey, you got Marcus in the chat. What's
hey,
up,
Marcus?
See, 2B is sick.
Oh well, there you go.
That's a free one. Yeah, that's a free one too, man. It's like, what? This is on here? Holy shit! All right, let's keep going here. What else?
Right.
Speaking of discussing, not this thing technically a horror movie, but horrific things happen into it. I guess. Street trash.
Wait a minute. I think I remember this one.
Oh, remember it's the one where the guy sells the old, outdated booze, but it wasn't sold for whatever reason, and what it does is it melts everyone.
Yeah. Okay. Yes, I do.
Remember the guy's drinking it on the toilet, and he starts melting. And he flushes himself away.
This is one of those films that that we everybody in college saw just because it was just so politically incorrect.
Oh, it's totally politically incorrect. It's terrible. There's a scene. It's about bums, basically.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna get into everything, but there's a classic scene where a bum's penis gets chopped off, whatever, and he's trying to get it back, but the other two bums are playing catch with it.
That's the one. That's the one. That's the one.
It.
That's when we all talked about that. Now I remember. Yep.
Viper. That's right. That's the drink, Viper.
Well, if we're gonna get into substances, do you remember a film called The Stuff?
Yes.
It came out like '86, I believe. Again, I think that was by Larry Cohen, who did It's Alive. And I've never mentioned this before. everybody has certain triggers, right? For good and bad triggers. For some reason, Necron,
Uh
vomit scenes make me laugh, like
huh. They make
hysterically
you
laugh.
laugh.
And the stuff had one of the best vomit scenes ever. Um,
Uh,
I think I had everybody vomiting at the same time. It was just hysteric. I could not stop laughing. It reminds me of when I read different seasons by Stephen King, a story called The Body, which became Stand By Me. Um, there is that vomit scene, an epic vomit scene in The Body. And when I saw Stand By Me, I was like, please have the vomit scene in there. It did not disappoint. Um, Stand By Me has the best vomit scene of all time. You will not if vomit scenes make you laugh, this will make you laugh.
and
But
making
this
controllable laughter.
but the stuff just had this vomit scene there. I mean, hysteric.
The stuff is kind of like a street trashes kind of movie
Yes,
as
it
well.
is.
Yeah,
It is.
like you
Yeah.
could do a double feature on those, man. This is a good point. Deadbeat at Dawn and Street Trash feel like they were filmed in the same block.
Yeah, yeah. There you go. There you go.
It must be, man.
And Larry Cohen also did another obscure 80s horror film called Q, The Winged Serpent. Do you remember that one?
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah. Was that type of animation, stop motion
yeah,
animation,
yeah.
right?
It was. It was. Yeah.
Yeah,
Also, it was
that's a good one too, man.
great film, very satirical. Um, Neil Simmons, like wasn't Stan Lee in the ambulance? I think he was. If I recall, he was
And
friends
Q,
with. Yeah, Larry Cohen was friends with Stan Lee. Larry Cohen was a big Marvel Comics fan. He and Stan Lee were good friends, and I think Stan Lee was in the ambulance. Um,
wow.
but go see Q, guys. The Winged Serpent is great movie. It's a more of a monster film. Um, but Larry Cohen also did It's Alive from the 70s, which is
I remember that one. Yep.
you remember the milkman? Dude, I cannot unsee that scene that like I saw it back in the 70s.
Oh
Um
wow.
that mutant baby thing, right? Like it goes into the milk truck and you don't see it killing the milkman, but your imagination takes over at that point, right? And you
Yeah.
see the blood and the milk spilling out of the truck. Dude, I can't unsee it. For like 50 years now, I can't unsee that scene. It was so effective.
And
But
it's such
Larry
a
Cohen, yeah.
good contrast, blood
Yeah.
and milk. It's just gross kind of
Oh, it's
thing.
just disgusting.
Yeah.
Love it.
Now let's go to more 80s sci-fi
Yeah.
horror.
All right.
Remember Life Force? That was a good one too. The
Oh,
space
dude.
vampire.
Yeah, Life Force. Yeah. We all know what that long scene there was, that.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my God. Boy. Movie had one of the longest bush scenes ever in our rated film. Full frontal. Dude, I mean, seriously. Like, whoa.
And just kept on going and going
Kept
and
on
going.
going. Was this film PG-13? I think it
I don't.
was, dude. It had full frontal for the longest
Was it
time.
PG-13?
You guys,
Wow.
wasn't it? Chat, can you guys look it up? I think it was PG-13. I remember being shocked when I was like, what the? And Patrick Stewart was in this movie.
Yeah. Yes, he was. And it was a cool concept because they were as British boobs.
Yeah.
Hey, fucking Kevin from Grey Worms here. What's up?
Yeah.
Critters, that was a good one
That was
too. That was
great.
a fun
That
one.
was great. I love
Yes,
that one. Yeah.
that's a good call, Kevin.
Very obscure.
But anyway, I liked Life Force because I just like the way that instead of like doing blood, they just tuck your Life Force,
Yeah.
with that. It looked pretty cool.
It's
And it was a little epic, man.
It was.
It was
an expensive flop. It was MGM. They spent a lot of money on this thing.
They sure did back then.
Yeah, oh yeah, Toby Hooper, Poltergeist and Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
That's right. He directed that one too.
Yeah.
It was probably hard for him to recover after this big loss, though.
You know what? You're right.
He didn't really do much after this.
Didn't do much after this one. It was such a huge flop. They lost a lot of money on this movie. Oh my God!
Alien Contamination.
Holy shit! Oh man, that was one of the Italian ones, right? If I recall, I think that was one of the Italian ones.
Yes, I think so. One of those knockoff Italians, but they're always good. Aliens, of course.
How do I remember all this, dude? Like
I don't know.
I can't remember last week. I mean, I remember.
But these horror movies, this freaking boom, you start remembering like certain scenes and
Yeah.
everything. You're like, damn. I guess that's what stuck in our brain, Mikey.
No,
Just
I seriously feel like going on a big horror binge now. Like, watching, going to these streamers and finding stuff that I haven't seen in a long time, or ones
well,
like this.
that's one of the advantages of working from home. You can put this stuff on as
Oh,
you're
yeah,
working, and just the day flies by. Speaking of Italian horror, what about this classic?
dude, hell yes, hell
Demon.
yes,
That was a
yeah.
freaking ripper.
No, do you remember which one of these had the really awesome post-punk soundtrack? Was it Demons 2? Because it had the Cult Rain in there.
I think
Uh,
I think
I,
it is Demons too. I can't say for sure, but they
yeah,
both had good soundtracks.
yeah. Because I remember they had the Smiths and they had the Cult in there. It was like, no, and I had no idea those songs were in there. And I'm like, holy shit.
And you're watching these movies like, what? This guy got good taste.
Yeah. Cuban Brisket, thank you. It was called Bad Taste. That reminds me of Street Trash. Those two movies,
Oh,
we
I
all
got
kept
bad
talking.
taste in
You
my
got Bad
little.
Taste?
It's in my stack of
Was
DVDs over
that
there.
Peter? That's a Peter Jackson, right?
Yes, that was one of his super early movies. Yeah, it's so
Thank you for
ridiculous.
that. Thank you for
It
that.
is.
Oh my god.
It is so ridiculous on the gore. I love it.
Oh, that's
The
a good
alien.
one.
What?
What's his
Incredible
name?
Melting Man. Yeah, that's some good
Who
70s
was
gore.
the special effects guy from that? Oh shit, I can't remember
Was it
now.
Rick Baker? Does that
Curious
sound?
Rock and Roll from London as well.
Oh, of
He's
course.
awesome. Okay, Nick, I'm gonna stump you now.
Okay, let's see what happens.
Stump you. You will not remember this. I guarantee no one in the chat will remember this. This movie is so obscure. Even though it has an A-list actor, there's no Wikipedia entry for this film. None. I've only seen it once. Let's see, Necron, if you can guess the lead actor of this film without looking it up. Okay? The movie
Okay.
is called The Demon Murder Case.
Demon Murder Case. And that's always been the title of the movie. Like any one of those ones
Yeah.
with different titles or anything.
No, it's going on, yeah.
Demon Murder Case. But he's an A-list actor.
An A-list actor, very famous.
An 80s A-list actor.
Yeah. Came out in 1983, so it's right before he shot to fame. Before Footloose. I think it was.
Before he shot the thing in Footloose. Are you talking about Kevin Bacon?
That's the one.
Oh my god! Well, you gave me the fucking alley.
I know. I by accident. Yeah, it was Kevin Bacon.
I never even heard of that one, dude. You got me.
Murder Case. You would have gotten anyway. So, yeah, Demon Murder Case '83. It's a TV film. That's why you couldn't remember it. Probably the TV movie. If I recall, it was for NBC. I think it's based on a true story or something like that, where this guy is possessed by a demon, or he thinks he is. That was my first memory of Kevin Bacon.
Damn.
And I'm such an eye for talent, man. I remember
You're like, this
telling people he's gonna be a star. This guy's good, and because usually with TV movies you don't see acting as good as that.
No, it's usually lower tier. It is usually lower tier. Hey, you know what? We should run our little ticker. Yeah. All right. Okay, speaking of more Italian horror, we can't, not talk about Zombie. Come on.
Oh god, yeah. Those are
one of the best trailers and commercials of the day. We are going to eat you. It's just so creepy.
That's awesome.
Yeah, man, it's super gory, super, crazy voodoo, all type of crazy stuff that's going in Zombie, dude. A lot of zombie headshot kills too. Remember?
Oh yeah.
Blood and chunks. Love a Zombie, dude.
Well, yeah. There's like the subgenre of zombie films in the 80s. Dawn of the Dead was the one everybody talks about, but the Italians, had stuff like this as well, which is great. You know?
Yeah, I mean, what, man, Fucci zombies were just like just more disgusting looking.
Yeah, yeah,
Than the American zombies were just like kind of dead and rotting. His was like full on freaking
yeah.
horrific, rotting maggots in the eye, like on the picture. This terrible, like zombies on steroids. On Fucci.
Well, since we're on, what I can say now? Okay, disgusting Italian horror films. Okay,
Uh-huh.
there's one I remember that has one of the top 10 gross out scenes ever, and
Uh-oh. I'm
and
gonna keep talking because I may have what you're talking about.
it's also a vomit scene. There's a vomit scene
Yes.
in this
Yes.
movie. You, the Necron knows what I'm talking about. It's called The Gates of Hell.
And also known as City of the Living Dead.
He's got it. Of course he would.
I knew right when you started talking about the vomit scene.
The vomit scene. Yep. Yeah, vomiting worms and blood and stuff. Whatever it came out that girl's
You
mouth.
gotta
It
love
was
Gates
disgusting.
of Hell, City of the Living Dead. They're the same thing, man.
Oh man, just completely vile. It's one of those films where you have your friends come over and see if they can sit through that scene, right? And then
or first date night movie, see if you got to keep her.
there you go. Yeah, she's into this. Okay, yeah, she stays. was this by Fulci? Was Gates of Hell by Fulci? I don't know who directed this.
I know. I think it's Fucci. Yeah, I think it's a Fucci movie. Of course, it's so dark in here I can't see, but pretty sure.
All I remember, it was just bloody disgusting.
I'm almost there. Yeah, there it is. It's so tiny on the back, but yeah, it was for sure a Fucci movie, dude. Yeah, man, Gates of Hell rules. Or City of Living Dead, either whichever
Yeah,
one you come
yeah.
across. Night of Zombies with all the nature and bird scenes every few seconds. I kind of barely remember Night of Zombies.
Barely remember that one.
Dude, what was the one where there was another, like I think it was Italian horror movies with zombies, and they had to go like to a nuclear power plant at the end of it and fight off these zombies, or like a factory, or damn, I just remember it being pretty good.
I know that one.
Yeah, like these and it was soldiers. I remember they were like soldiers. They had to do this mission, but they had to fight all these zombies. Hell of the Living Dead. Maybe that's it.
Maybe that's it.
Everybody's just killing us with all these House by the Cemetery. Hell yeah, that's a good one. I think I need to get that one still. I think Zombie versus Shark, wasn't that in Zombie?
Was that in there?
Yeah, I think it was in Zombie, the Zombie versus the Shark. I was looking. I thought I freaking had a Zombie DVD. I can't find it, but I also used to have a stepson that lived here, and he would raid all my shit. Like that fucker have my Zombie DVD. Man, damn it.
Here's one that might stump you. It's called Mausoleum. Do you have it?
I don't have it, but I remember I've seen Mausoleum.
Yeah. I all I pretty much remember is Bobby Brzee, who was the actress in that film, super smoking hot. I remember the bathtub scene. That's pretty much all I remember. That's all you need to remember. But anyway, Mausoleum, for all you hardcore horror fans out there.
Burial Ground too. Yeah, Mausoleum. And Mausoleum has a great cover, by the way.
Yeah, it does. That I do remember.
I think Hell of the Living Dead is the power plant one. See, yeah, because I remember it had one of those names too. Living Dead.
Okay, I got a stumper.
Okay,
but Necron might know this one. What was the name of the 1982 movie horror film that took place in a hospital with William Shatner? It was 82 or 83, one of those. early
early
80s.
'80s.
But it had William Shatner. I think it was a slasher film that took place in the hospital.
You stumped me, Mikey.
Yeah. Okay, it's called Visiting Hours.
Oh,
Yeah.
that rings a bell.
Yeah.
But yeah, I did not remember it.
Yeah.
That's a good one though.
It's a good stumper. Yeah, the gate was good.
Oh yeah, man, the Gate's a classic. That's another one I thought I actually had
That was
DVD of.
Will Wheaton, right? Was it Will
I,
Wheaton?
bel- I believe so. I just remember all the cool metal records. You had Possessed Seven Churches and all that. And it just played that record, and these little demons came out of the ground. And great stuff.
Do you remember Beyond the Door 2?
Wow,
They
that's
had
a
a
deep
sequel.
dive.
They had a sequel. I think it was 84, 85 around there.
Yeah, I don't think I don't even think I've seen any of the Beyond the Door movies.
Oh man, that's
Yeah,
some creepy stuff. Very
is
creepy
it?
stuff.
Yeah,
Uh,
because they
yeah.
were like the Exorcist, like
Okay.
knockoffs, right?
Okay. Here's the next one. Yeah, they were totally. So my next one, you have the image for this one. Yeah, yes. This one is Dark Knight of the Scarecrow. I sent you the image for this one as well.
Did you? Let me see.
Yeah,
I might have to double check. I might have missed it.
Pumpkinhead was great. So.
Oh, Pumpkinhead. And see, that's another one I thought I had in my damn collection. Like, where the hell's my Pumpkinhead? What the hell? Night of the Scarecrow? I didn't get it.
Let me send it to you again. Hold on.
Yeah. But as we're waiting, I mean, this is a no-brainer. Evil Dead, obviously.
Oh man, yeah.
One of the classics. Dude, we actually talked about Laser Blast before.
Oh my god.
Laser Blast rules. That's 70s.
Wow, that's 70s, yes.
Yeah. I remember we talked about. I saw that with a double feature with Inframan, Laser Blast.
What a great double feature that is.
Yeah, hey kids, go watch some sci-fi, see some boobies at the pool with the party scene, and that's how it was in the 70s. Like, whoa, okay.
Man, I haven't seen that in a long, long time. Hold on, Necron.
Yeah, Laser Blast is awesome though. The stop motion animation. Day of the Dead with the soldiers. Thank you. Yeah, Laser Blast rules. I saw that with Inframan, and if you guys never seen Inframan, you're missing out. That's just insane, super sci-fi, like kind of Ultraman, but on crack, sci-fi action. It rules. Lena Quigley. We talked about Hollywood Chainsaw Hookers. It had what's his name? Hunter, the original Leatherface. God, I can't remember his full name. I'm sure the chat knows. He was in it. Hollywood Chainsaw Hookers, and then of course Frankenhooker. A lot of wrong with that. Those were like kind of, I would say, a good double feature of horror movies, low budget ones. I remember seeing it on TV as a kid. Which one, Marcus? Laser Blast or Inframan? They used to show Inframan a lot in syndication. You would catch it on Saturday afternoon features and all that.
Okay, Nick, it looks like I forgot this to download the image.
Okay, no worries.
Dark Knight of the Scarecrow was actually a TV film. Again, generally considered one of the best horror TV films ever. It was so good that they actually put it on video cassette.
Oh,
It was so
damn.
good. Yeah, and no, I just apparently this was going to be a theatrical film originally.
Okay, we lost you for a second. What
Yeah.
was it going to be?
Yeah, apparently Dark.
Damn it. We lost them again.
Yeah, apparently Dark Knight of the Scarecrow was going to be a theatrical film, but they made it into a TV movie instead for CBS. So it's on Tubi. I mean, DC Talk, it's on Tubi. This movie is great. It's a great revenge film, and it stars Larry Drake of Darkman.
Oh, Dark Man. That's another cool movie.
yeah, he's in this film. If you guys haven't seen it, it's from 1981. Just a great movie. If you like the whole revenge fantasy type of thing, like Ghost Rider, for instance, um, you're going to like this movie a lot. It's a cult classic. Um, it's not gory for TV, but it was very effective horror film. They had Larry Drake, which was great in the movie. You really felt sorry for him. So when he got revenge on all these dudes that killed him, it really just like you really felt that. Um,
Sounds like a good one.
it's a really good one, yeah.
Yeah, but they can make that whole revenge theme work. Then it's a good movie.
Yeah.
Like The Crow and all that with kind of like that.
Yeah,
Back
yeah.
from the Dead and Dark Man.
Remake
Tubi
yeah.
is pretty clutch with the movies. Hey man, I'm gonna start looking some more.
I'm
on
gonna
there.
try to look in there. Now, are they uncut though? I mean, I have to think about.
I think they are. I know. I
Okay.
watched River's Edge on
Yeah.
Tubi, and it had everything. There was nothing like cut out of it.
Okay, that's pretty extreme for a film too. Savage Streets with Linda Blair.
Oh
Remember
damn!
that?
Yeah, that's
that
what he was probably
film.
thinking of, Linda Quigley, but
That
Linda
film would
Blair.
never get made now. It would
No,
never get made now.
no.
I saw that film with the whole family.
Nice
Yeah,
little
yeah,
family feature.
yeah, boy. That's not. Yeah, Dr.
Dark Knight,
Giggles. Yeah,
Dr. Giggles. Oh
Yeah,
damn!
that was Dr. Larry Drake. Yeah, that was him.
See, I knew these metalheads. They love the horror movies, Mikey.
Yeah,
They
I
know all
mean,
this
they're
shit.
awesome. I mean, I can go on and on. There's just so much stuff from that era. Somebody mentioned From Beyond. Oh, God, hell yeah.
Yep,
Dario.
another classic.
Dario
From
is
Beyond,
yeah.
From
He's my
Beyond,
favorite.
dude.
Oh, dude,
It,
Stuart Gordon. Yeah.
Jesus. I know. Here we go. That was gonna be one of my picks. That is a trippy freaking movie.
Yeah.
The machine that opens the expands the pituitary gland, and you can see all this fucking weird shit that's really around you. And wow, dude, what a trippy movie! And that doctor who goes flips out.
Yeah. And this came out like '86, another '86 film, I think.
Yeah, it's a mid '80s one.
Yeah, came out after Reanimator did. Stuart Gordon.
Stuart Gordon was just killing it, man.
I was killing it at the time, man. Another film I saw in Manila, with the whole family.
Well, you saw that with the whole family?
Yeah, From Beyond. Yeah.
Yeah, I used to.
What,
Now these
really,
were my rental movies, like From Beyond and Reanimator. I used to do the VHS, rental for those back then.
I Bright of Reanimator was not released in theaters at first. I don't think it ever was.
I don't think so either.
A friend of mine got the bootleg of the movie from a convention, which is how I saw it. I still have fond memories of that. Not as good as original, but it was worth a watch.
It's a fun movie, yeah. But the original Reanimator is just like fucking out of control, man.
Oh, especially saw the uncut version with the heads. Again, things that will never get made today.
They're like, hell no, we're not putting that in this movie. We'll get canceled.
You totally get canceled,
I know this isn't an 80s movie, but we got to talk about it because
yeah. But Phantasm 2 was in the 80s, right? So it kind of.
Oh yeah, this was 79.
Yeah. Close
the
enough.
Tall Man, freaking awesome, dude.
Boy, come here, boy.
Yeah, boy. We're gonna start rapid firing because we've been going a while here with so much to talk about. Of course, The Howling, one of the best werewolf movies. God.
Rob Bottin special effects.
Yes.
Which The Thing. The Thing is just incredible.
That's right. So who were the top makeup guys? Savini, Rob Bottin, and probably Rick Baker, right?
Those are three right there. You got it. There's your Holy Trinity. There's your, right there, man. You can't. Those two, you couldn't top them. Yeah, Phantasm. Yeah, Barbara Crampton was the girl in the blonde in the Reanimator. Hold on a minute.
Sure, no, yeah, I'm gonna go through some of the comments. The Tall Man, of course, The Tall Man's classic, man. Also, we talked about the midgets and the robes, little creepy creatures from another dimension. How weird is that?
You know, I passed by Linnea Quigley's table a couple of years ago. I didn't have time to talk with her. I really regret that. I have a really weird horror story for you, Necron. So
Oh, really?
I was at a convention, um, and you know I don't like using the bathrooms there. Yes, love that
Yeah,
stuff.
classic.
And I wa- I had to go really bad, really bad, dude.
Uh huh.
And I opened up the stall. Oh my god, dude was doing his thing, just like sitting. You know, I didn't notice there was somebody that just wasn't locked. I looked up at me. It was the dude from The Hills Have Eyes, dude. I kid you not.
Oh, the bald headed, weird looking
Yes,
guy.
dude, that's
Oh, I
him.
know. It's on the tip. He was in the stall.
He was in the stall.
How weird is that, dude?
Like, it was the most awkward celebrity meeting ever in my life.
That's
Like a
where you got me, dude.
like a lost episode of
What a
story
weird
time,
thing.
man. Because he was a guest, you know. It's like, oh my god, you know.
Of all places to
And,
meet.
and I was actually planning on getting a picture with him. I did not. I did not do it. It was just so awkward. Like, didn't I see you while I was taking a shit?
It's like, dude, really? Why did he lock the stall, bro? What you doing?
Dude, fuck the song, man. It's not how you want to see your celebrity, you know.
Goes to Mikey to
Taking a dump, you know. And just
hey,
you're
where
supposed
the
to.
hills have eyes, guy? Well, oh shit.
Michael
Got
Berryman,
the
there you go.
board.
Thanks, Foxy. Put a name to it now. But
There
yeah,
you
Michael.
go.
It's
He also wasn't he in the Motley Crue video smoking in the boys' room. He
That's right. That's right. Now there's a metal connection to this now.
yeah. Or
It's
did
like,
they pull his wig off at the end? His little toupee.
it taught me a lesson, Necron. Taught me a lesson. No matter how famous or how big they are, they all sit on a
Yeah,
toilet. Okay.
they all gotta take a dump like
They all
everyone
take
else.
a dig on sometimes. Because I opened it up and looked like shock horror on his face. I'm like, uh, oh, I think, oh, I'm sorry, sorry. He's like, okay.
I actually, when I was a kid, I mean, it ain't nothing on the level of doing it to Michael Berryman, but we were at a state park, and everybody's waiting to use the restroom, right? And I was like, well, this one's, no one's in this one. I don't know what all these guys are waiting for. And I open it up, and it's some poor guy's like trying to cover himself, and he was really short, so his feet weren't touching the ground. So I couldn't see. You know what I mean? I walked in like this stall is empty. So I know the feeling of like doing that to someone.
Oh my god!
But of all people,
Of all
Mikey,
people, it could be just some random person, right? No, Michael Berryman was gonna line up for him that day. Like, nope.
oh, he's in the double rejects. That's right.
Wow,
Hey, you remember this one?
it was awkward.
Nightbreed.
Yeah, oh yeah,
Nightbreed
right. I
Robert.
mean, like Clyde Barker film had that really hot redhead in there too. I remember her.
Yep. Serial killer, slasher guy, and monsters. How
What was the film with the parents that were cannibals? Was it because it's called Parents? Is it called Parents?
I think we talked about it. Yeah, I think it was.
Yeah,
Parents.
yeah, Parents. That was supposed
It was like a dark comedy, right?
dark comedy. Yeah, they were cannibals. Yeah.
And speaking of werewolves, remember Silver Bullet? That's a good one.
Stephen King.
Mm-hmm.
Was it Corey Haim? I can't remember who was in that film. Was it Corey
I think.
Haim?
Let me look.
One of the Coreys, right?
I think it is one of the Corys. Come on, give me some light here. Looking. Of course, they don't want to tell me.
Well,
Okay, well. Anyway, the priest was the werewolf.
Yeah. Corey Haim. It was Corey Haim. Okay.
And more Italian horror, The Church.
Oh yeah, man, I forgot about that one.
It's a very it's kind of a slow burn more,
Yeah.
but it's pretty cool. Oh, well, of course. You can't have Evil Dead without Evil Dead 2. Come on.
Raimi, yeah, all the way, man, all the way.
Yep. And might be doing some big stuff in the MCU, right? Some more.
Yep, Secret Wars, yeah,
We were
Dead.
just talking about it.
Yeah.
One of my favorite lines in the Return of the Living Dead, the hardcore punker. It's not a costume; it's a way of life. The dude with the mohawk.
So I have one more before I. Oh, dude, John Carpenter, hell yeah. Adrienne
Yeah,
Barbeau was in that one. We talked about her before.
we always talk about Adrienne Barbeau. It seems.
Of course.
Okay, what you got for us, Mikey?
Okay, well, my last one before I go. You might remember this one. But there's a connection with this and Deadly Friend. This was based on. Actually, no, it's a connection with this and Dark Knight of the Scarecrow. The guy who wrote Dark Knight of the Scarecrow wrote a book that was adapted into this film called The Entity.
I remember The Entity. I do remember
Barbara
that.
Hershey, yeah.
Yep.
And this film again would not get made today.
The Fondling Entity is what it should be called.
The Fondling Entity, yeah. There's more than fondling, that right?
Yeah.
There's some pretty graphic stuff in here. Like this is kind of a almost it's an R-rated poltergeist. Don't watch in front of your family.
All right.
Kind of pretty unsettling film during a time.
I remember I seen The Entity. Yeah, it would not be made today.
Yeah.
Okay, here we do. We're gonna do rapid fire. Of course, we got.
Oh yeah. Sure, Gordon. Yeah.
Of course, you gotta watch Dawn of the Dead.
Yep, it had that epic gore orgy scene, that I call it.
Oh God, yes. I don't even know if this is 80's, but here's another one.
Which
Dead Alive.
Oh God, yes.
Remember this one?
Yes.
Peter Jackson.
Yep.
Super ridiculous gore. Super. I mean, it's comical. And of course, Suspiria.
Dude, the oh God, what was that one? The one with the scene with the fence. So guys, this is disturbing.
Yes. The endings too is kind of like, holy shit, this is intense, man.
I love Dario, man.
Yeah. I like these Waxworks movies.
I enjoyed those.
The first one is really good. They're like tributes to old horror movie, but with an 80's take on them.
Yep.
Remember this one, Chud?
Yeah.
Cannibalistic humanoid underground dwellers.
That came out right after the stuff, so I always get those two kind of connected together somehow.
And what do I got here? Cannibal Apocalypse.
Yeah, see with a family.
And of course, another just part two,
which had you had Oingo Boingo in the soundtrack of that one.
Yeah, it's obviously very dark humor too in that one. It's not even. Here we go, The Last House on the Left.
Oh God.
Remember that one?
Yeah, that was one of the first movies I ever saw.
Really?
Yeah.
Brutal revenge. Kind of like I Spit on Your Grave and all that.
That was Wes Craven too.
Yeah.
Day of the Dead. Yep. That was from '85, I think.
I got to see this even though it was NC-17 because no one gave a crap about carding anyone back then. Just say, hey, I want 2 tickets to Day of the Dead, and the kids, there you go. Go on in. No one cared.
You know what? Let's do part 2 next week. It's just too much fun, dude. There's so much horror, but we haven't even discussed yet.
Yeah, I know, and maybe we'll focus on directors, and we'll talk about their movies. That would probably
that's
help.
A great idea.
This is just like rapid fire. Wow,
that's a great idea. Yeah, there's a lot of cool directors that we haven't discussed yet. So
yeah, all right.
Well, thanks, guys. This is fun. This is such so totally only with Nick Run could I do a show like this.
Yeah, pretty much.
This is great. It's
very good. Else to be all give me bombs and scoops.
Exactly.
About horror movies and have fun, man.
We'll give you bombs from '83, okay?
Yeah. That you need to go watch. And I love the chat. It's always interactive on when we have those type of things too. making good suggestions as well. Dude, we got John Saxon. Come on, he was like one of the '80s horror movie fucking kings, man. He was always.
Oh my god, awesome!
Yeah, shout out to John Saxon, dude. All right, Mikey.
All right, Letty.
All right, man. We will see you guys next week.
Woohoo! See you guys.
More horror movies. Dun dun dun. All right, let me get our outro on, and we are out of here, dude.
Woohoo!
Get together. We'll do a long outro so everybody can leave some comments as we head on out.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Later.